Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is Muhammad Lukman, and for today's first session, I will be showing you on how to design ball bearing using Inventor. So before we start, let's take a look at our company website. So you can choose any browser that you prefer, and you can just type getsystems.com. So it will take you to our company's website homepage, and if you want to learn more about our company, you can just click at About Us here. If you have any questions uh, or do you want to ask about our products, you can just click at that desk, or you can just click at the quick chat here. And if you want to learn more about our FI session, you can just click at event section here and click at calendar of events. As you can see from this section, it will show you list of our upcoming events. Let's say if you would like to join to one of the first session, you can just click at the title here, and you can just reserve a spot by clicking the RSVP here. And this is the link for the for the meeting for the FI session. And let's say that you want to watch our pre-recorded FI live session, you can just scroll down and click at YouTube icon button here, and it will take you to our company's YouTube channel. And in the live section, we can just scroll down and choose any pre-recorded FI session that you prefer. So you can watch any of this for free. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And let's continue to our FI session today. So as I mentioned earlier, for the topic for this FI session is I'm going to show you how to design ball bearing using Inventor. So this is the required tools that you will need to design the ball bearing. So you are going to use the assembly tool because I'm going to design each part of the bearing separately, and I'm going to combine all of them using this assembly tool. And you're also going to use the revolve tool where you wanted to turn the sketch into solid item. Uh, you're also going to use the constraint tool where you want to make uh, two part of the object constrain with each other. And you're also going to use the place from content center, which this tool basically going to help you to insert a bolt and insert a bolt into the bearing. So next, I'm going to show the dimensions for the outer ring, inner ring, ball bearing, and cage. So this is the part that I'm going to design later. So the first dimension is the dimension for the outer ring, the dimension for the inner ring, dimension for the ball bearing, and the dimension for the cage of the bearing itself. So let's start designing those objects. So I'm going to launch the Inventor software. So I'm going to create a new file by clicking arrow here, clicking this file here, and make sure to click the standard version because I'm going to use MM. So I'm going to click create. So for the first part, I'm going to design the outer part of the bearing. So I'm going to start sketch here, click here, and I'm going to click the XY plane here. So I'm going to check the dimension. So it's 70, 25, and the distance between point section to this bottom part is 100 mm. So I'm going to design based on the dimensions. So I'm going to use the rectangle tool here. So the length, the width is 70, and the height is 25. Okay. And I'm gonna make the distance between this point section by clicking this point section, and the bottom part of the rectangle, make it into 100. And next, I'm gonna make the middle part of the rectangle align with this point section here. So I'm gonna use this vertical constraint. I'm gonna click the middle point here and the point here. As you can see, it automatically align in the middle. So then I'm gonna make the the circle for this outer ring. So I'm gonna use the circle tool. I'm gonna make the dimension, the diameter into 50 mm, and the distance between this middle and the top is 10 mm. So I'm gonna use dimension. I'm gonna click the middle here at the top, change into 10 mm. Then I'm gonna trim the outer part here. So I'm gonna use this trim tool, click at the outer part, click finish. Then I'm gonna turn this sketch into ring. I'm gonna use the revolve tool, click the revolve here. So click at the part where I'm gonna make the sketch into solid. So I'm gonna use this outer part here. So I'm gonna click this profile and the axis. I'm gonna use the x-axis. So I'm gonna click here. As you can see, it will turn the sketch into solid object using this revolve tool. So I'm gonna click OK. So I'm done with the first part. So let's save first. Let's save and rename it into outer ring. Click enter. Okay. So then I'm gonna design the inner ring. So I'm gonna click at the new file here. I'm gonna select this standard mode, click create, and then once again click start sketch, click XY plane, and the dimension is also the same as before, but the circle is on top of the rectangle. So let's design. Make the width is 70 and the height is 25. Then I'm gonna make the distance between this point section to 50 mm, and I'm gonna make the middle part align with this middle section. I'm gonna use this vertical constraint, click at the middle part there, click here. So you can see automatically uh, bring the rectangle into the middle. Then I'm gonna start to sketch the circle. I'm gonna make the diameter into 50 mm. I'm gonna make the dimension between the circle and the rectangle is 10 mm. Then I'm gonna trim the outer part. So I'm gonna click finish. Then I'm gonna revolve this sketch into inner ring by using the revolve tool. I'm gonna click this profile plane here and select this and select the x-axis. So the inner part of the bearing is already done. So let's save it first. Save it into inner ring. Then I'm gonna design the ball bearing for this bearing. I'm gonna create new file here, select the millimeter and create. And like before, I'm gonna start sketching first. I'm gonna select the SY plane. From the circle, I'm gonna make it into 50 diameter. Then I'm gonna use a line tool here to make a guideline for this ball bearing. We'll click here, click finish. Then I'm gonna turn this sketch into ball bearing by using this revolve tool. So I'm gonna click here and click this plane where I'm gonna revolve it. And the axis I'm gonna select here. Then it will, then by using the revolve tool, as you can see, it turned those sketches into ball bearing. So click OK. Then the ball bearing part is already done. So let's save first. Let's save it. Ball. Then lastly, I'm going to design the cage for the ball. So then, uh, like before, I'm going to start a new sketch by clicking new here. I'm going to use the standard millimeter, create, and just like before, I'm going to click at the start to the sketch here. And I'm going to use the SY plane. So the dimensions, I'm going to refer to this section where the inner part is 170 and the outer part is 195. So let's design by clicking here, and the inner part is 170 and the outer part is 195. I'm going to finish. Then I'm going to turn this sketch to the solid. I'm going to extrude. I'm going to select this plane and I'm going to extrude into 30 mm. Okay. So for me to design the cage for the ball bearing, so I'm going to make a section for the ball so that it can stay in this cage. Okay, so let's make the space for the ball. So right click here, make a new sketch. Select the line tool here as a guideline. Select from here to top part. Let's do it again. Select from here into the top part. Select the circle tool. Select the middle part here. And I'm going to make the dimension for the space the same as the ball bearing. So the diameter is 50 mm. Then I'm going to use the line tool again to make the cross section at the middle for me, to make me easier to revolve. Select the finish sketch here. Then I'm going to use the revolve tool to cut this part into the shape of the ball. So I'm going to select the part I'm going to revolve. I'm going to select this plane, and this plane, and the axis I'm going to select here. Then the operation, make sure to click at the cut, because I want to make the section so that the ball can enter this part. So I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to remove the sharp edges of this part. I'm going to use the fillet tool. So 2 mm. So I'm going to click at this edge here and this edge here. Click OK. As you can see, it turns the sharp edges into fillet. So then, because the ball bearing is 8 into the bearing itself, so I'm going to make this section into 8 part. So I'm just going to copy this part here by clicking this under this pattern section. You can just click at the circular pattern and just click at this profile here, this edge here, select features, and the axis, just select this part here. And because the ball bearing is 8, I'm going to change the placement number to 8. Just going to click OK. As you can see, it automatically copy this part into other 7 part on this cage. Then I'm going to remove this part by using this shell tool. So while using by using the shell tool, you can just click at the part that you want to remove. So I'm going to select the part here, this here, and this. And the thickness, I'm going to make it into, let's say, 2 millimeters. So I'm going to click OK. As you can see, the cage is almost done. So then I'm going to make a hole for the screw to enter. So I'm going to make a new sketch. Right click here, click new sketch, and use a line tool to make a guideline for the point. I'm going to select this point here, here, select the line tool again, select this point here and then this point here. Then I'm going to use this point to make a hole. So select this point tool and select this intersection point here. Then I'm going to delete this line because it's only a guideline. So, So then I'm going to copy this point into other 7 part. So I'm going to use the scalar tool here. Select this point and the axis. I'm going to click at the center here and make sure the number change into 8. Click OK. As you can see, all other part of this section have the point because they're using this as a reference. So by using this point, I'm can use it to make a guideline for the whole. So let's finish first and select this whole function. As you can see, the whole function automatically click the point. And the diameter for the whole function, I'm going to make it 3 mm. So click OK. So you can see it automatically create a hole on this section. So the catch for the ball bearing is already done. So let's save this part. Save it into catch. Click save. So now I'm going to assemble all this part that I already designed by using this new file function here. Just click at the arrow and click at the assembly function. Okay, this is the interface for the assembly function. So to place the file, you're gonna click at the place function here. I'm gonna first click the outer ring. I'm gonna right click, place it grounded at origin, right click, okay. Then I'm gonna insert the other part in a ring, select, open, click here, and right click, okay. Then I'm gonna make this two objects constraint with each other. So I'm gonna click constraint here, constraint at the back part, and constraint it with this. So gonna click here and click apply. Let's do it again. Okay. So after you done constraint, you just pull this in a ring and click the constraint tool again to make the front of the both objects constrain each other. So I'm gonna click this first part, this second part, and click this flush to make these two objects align with each other. So click flush and click apply. Then I'm gonna insert the ball. I'm gonna use this place tool function again. Select the ball bearing, click open, right click, click OK. Then I'm gonna make this ball align with the outer ring. So I'm gonna click at the origin. I'm gonna click at the YZ plane here. And the origin for the outer ring, I'm gonna click the YZ plane as well and click constraint function. As you can see, it will be aligned with the outer ring. Then I'm gonna make the ball align with the inner ring. So I'm gonna use the SZ plane and the origin of the SZ plane of the inner ring. I'm gonna click both of the plane and I'm gonna constrain. So click apply. Then I'm gonna make it the ball placed on top of the inner ring. So I'm gonna use the constraint tool. Click here. Make sure to use the tangent tool and click the part that I want to place the ball. So I'm gonna place here and click the ball bearing and click inside and click apply. So if this error appear, you can just click at the edit the relationship. So click apply. As you can see, this ball bearing will be placed on the inner ring part. So you can see it can move along the inner part axis. So then I'm gonna copy this ball into 8 part. So I'm gonna use this pattern tool under this pattern section. To add pattern tool, click this ball, and click this circular function. And for the axis, click at this axis. And the ball bearing, so I'm going to design 8. So change the 4 into 8. So for the angle, make sure to divide 360 by 8. So we got 45. Then click OK. As you can see, it automatically copy the ball into the 7 part as well. So then I'm going to insert the cage for the ball bearing. I'm going to use the place tool again. Select this cage tool here. Select. Then I'm going to rotate this cage by using the free rotate function. Then I'm going to constrain this cage into the to the inner to the outer ring of the bearing. So I'm going to select the Z axis of the cage and the X Z X axis and Z axis. Okay, so click constraint, apply. So I'm gonna take it out. Then I'm gonna make sure that the cage is in this part. So I'm gonna use this constraint tool. I'm gonna select the YZ plane and this part of the cage. I'm gonna select here, click. Okay. As you can see, by constrain this outer ring and the cage, it will automatically uh, take the cage into the inside part. So then I'm going to make sure that uh, the cage is aligned with the inner ring. So I'm going to select the YZ plane of the cage and the uh, X, XZ plane of the inner ring. So I'm going to select both of these planes and click constrain. As you can see, it automatically turned uh, the ball into correct arrangement. So then I'm going to insert the other part of the cage. So I'm going to click the place here, select cage, right click here. So I'm going to rotate this cage by using the free rotate tool. Click here and make sure the cage is facing the other way from this cage. So the circular part of this cage is towards the other way. So I'm going to make sure that this cage towards the other way around. So I'm going to turn it here. Okay. Then I'm going to align the cage with the outer ring. Select origin, select Z axis, select X axis for the outer ring. Click constraint, apply. Then I'm going to use the constraint tool again. I'm going to select the face of the inner cage and the face of this of the other cage. So I'm going to select here. So apply. Lastly, I'm going to make sure that the ball and the cage is aligned. So I'm going to use the Z plane of the cage, the Z plane of the inner ring. And click constraint. As you can see, all the component is on is in their position. So then let's say that you want to change the appearance of this ball bearing. you can just click at that. Let's say you want to change the appearance of the outer ring. So you click at the outer ring part. You can change the appearance by clicking this appearance at the top here. So click at the arrow here, click let's say I'm going to change into aluminium top, and I'm going to click save. And by clicking the assembly file here, it will automatically change the inner ring to the material that I choose. So let's say that I'm going to remove all the sharp edge by using this fillet tool. Select this edge, select this edge, select here, click OK, and click save. As you can see, it automatically changed the setting based on the changes that we create. So I'm gonna uh, change the material for this inner ring. I'm gonna change the diamond plate. Let's say change into aluminium duct. I'm gonna remove the sharp edge. I'm gonna fillet tool. So I'm gonna select here, click OK, click save. And the ball bearing, I'm gonna change the appearance. I make it into 4 gold. So click save here. And the cage, let's say I want to change into iron gray or nickel. Okay, so just click save. As you can see, all the parts automatically update in the assembly function. And don't forget, after you put the cage into the bearing, don't forget to change uh, the rotation part, if it all work correctly. So then, lastly, for the last part, I'm going to show you on how to put a nut in this uh, hole here. So as you can see at the place function here, you just click at the arrow button and click the place from content center. So let's say that you want to place a nuts, you can just click at nuts and click, let's say you want to click the heads. So you click here and click OK and select the hole that you select the place that you want to put the nut. So let's click at the tick apply here, click OK. As you can see, all the nuts automatically apply to the hole that we used before. So make sure to use the hole function to make the nut place automatically. So let's say that you want to put a screw here. So if you want to copy the screw into the other nut, other part as well, you can just click at the pattern here, click at the screw, click circular, select this axis and change the screw into 8. So click OK. Hmm. Oh, make sure to change the angle into 45. So click OK. As you can see, it all automatically create a screw into the hole. So I think that's how to make sure the clearance is good, how to change. Uh, what do you mean by the clearance, Hanan? Between the ball bearing and the cage and oh, okay. So you can just use uh the thing in the You go into the view section here and you click at the half section. So you're gonna click. Ring. Yeah. So you use the half section view and click at the YZ plane here. So by using this tool, you can check the clearance of the ball bearing and the cage and the between the inner part and the outer part. So let's say that you wanted to change the specification of those objects. You can just click at the. Let's say I want to make the diameter for this cage is bigger, so I can just click at the cage here. Uh, I'm gonna mm, okay. So let's say that I want to make the space for the ball bearing is bigger, so I can edit it here and change the diameter into 60. So click finish. As you can see, the diameter for the ball bearing is becomes bigger. Did I answer your question? All right. You're welcome, Hanan. So if there are no any other questions, I think I can end the live session here. Thank you guys for joining. So I'm gonna end.